So it's fact. This person somehow makes us believe that a machine can actually have a soul.
To find her, you must take a trip across the water to beautiful Vashon Island. And on the island, she walks to work across an open field on a gray day. And when she arrives, she enters a beautiful world she has carefully built for herself. In the mirror are reflections of her heroes, which in turn are reflections of her. And all about Brittney Nichole Cox in every corner, in the windows and on bookshelves, against the walls, under glass and in cages, are machines. Some that she works with.
So this is a jig borer. This is a jeweler's mill. I can make tooling on this. I can cut gears on this. This is a beautiful Swiss favorite, watchmaker's lathe. The Rose engine is an amazing machine.
And some machines that she works on. But before she works, she cleans. She puts on a lab coat and rubber gloves, organizes the objects before her, everything in its place. Then, and only then, she goes to work.
I get the feeling you almost feel like there's something akin to a soul in these machines. Tell me your philosophy about them and what they are and what they mean.
I think they're a projection of the human spirit. So for me, looking at these machines, it's almost like having a conversation with the creator from 200 years ago.
She is endlessly fascinated and inspired, consumed by machines. Gears and gadgets, springs and sprockets, wheels, levers, cams, pinions, all of it. She's an antiquarian horologist. Her specialty is the repair of automatons, intricate machines engineered from the 17th century forward, whose heroes on the wall were their creators.
Are you in awe of the genius from these people?
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, goodness, can you imagine the things like they engineered the movement of the reflection of water?
The most famous automaton is the Bowes Museum's Silver Swan in England. There's the water she was talking about. Just imagine the mechanical brilliance to create something like this. Nichole crossed the ocean to work on the Silver Swan. She is called upon to work on great clocks and machines all over the world.
I have a lot of different watchmaking certifications, international certifications, clockmaking certifications, and I'm also a certified conservator. So I have a master's in museum conservation and clocks and related dynamic objects. I was in school for 9 years, and I specialize on a very specific group of objects. So there may not be anyone else quite like me in the world.
Her peculiar genius is perhaps best explained by this singing bird that she brought back to life.
It's amazing, right? Like it's truly astonishing. Like they engineered the singing of birds.
She's right. That's not a recording of a bird. It's a machine, another automaton. But how? In this case, it's a tiny bellows pumped by a pin on a gear train, pushing air into a slide whistle with an arm working the slide, powered by another gear with irregular teeth. And above it all, a tiny paddle connected to the bird's beak moves it up and down. When you think about it, the brilliance of it all is breathtaking. These are the things Nichole was born to revive.
It's this experience of listening to a message that was written down or conveyed by this person 200 years before. So conjuring that message back from the dead, if you will, feels like I'm communing with that person. I'm listening to something they wanted me to hear, that they were hoping someone would hear far into the future.
And those tiny parts and pieces, she fashions them with her machines. Nichole lives in the sublime space where science meets art. She's in the process of building this mechanical snail from scratch.
So you created all these little tiny mechanisms?
Yeah.
Steady hands and nerves of steel don't happen by accident. Nichole has her own specialized training methods. Okay, that was a joke. But the joy that Nichole derives from peering into the souls of 17th century geniuses is very real. Her clients find her from every corner of the globe because, as she alluded to, there's nobody in the world quite like her. And she's more than a miniaturized mechanic. If you listen carefully, she and her machines have something important to say.
Really, I think as we move further and further away from tactile and tangible craft or artifacts and move more into digital, people are realizing there's a disconnect. Most people, they spend their entire day working on something that doesn't exist in the physical world. It exists out there, you know, and it can disappear at any time, but there's something so valuable and significant about creating something from raw materials and having something at the end of the day. I feel like I'm keeping alive one of the fundamental things about the human spirit or human nature that is inherently good. And to me, in a world where there are so many things that are hard to face or that are sad or feel unfair or unjust, this is a reminder that there is so much good and beauty in us.
And when she's finished for the day, back across the field she goes with images of tangible elegance dancing in her mind. Automatons and clocks, things you can touch and hold and build, and yes, hundreds of years later, bring back to life.
I just gotta say that